You are not lost. You're distracted as AF. You are not lost. You are distracted AF. And I'm going to tell you about yourself, okay? I already recognize that I'm not the coach for everybody because not everybody wants the truth, but the truth will set you free. And you need to hear this loud and clearly. You're distracted AF. You would rather distract yourself than fix whatever's going on in your life, and that's the problem. You're running away from it. You are not being a grown woman. No, you're not. Everybody's quick to be like, I'm a grown woman, I pay my own bills. Yeah, but you're still running from your problems through your distractions. You're binge watching Netflix and Hulu for hours. Business is still not done. Content isn't created. Sales aren't salesing. You could be working on your goals, but you'd rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrity drama. You could work on your business late at night when your children are asleep, but you would rather scroll social media for hours, kikiing and cacaing, laughing at funny videos and reels, and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. These are distractions. And the reason why we distract ourselves is because we're trying to escape a life that we're not 1000% happy with. And my goal for this video is to open your perspective and then you execute it. Okay, so not only are we going to talk about it, but we're going to fix it. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? Clock it. Clock it. Because that's real. Listen, I used to escape all the time, okay? There's nothing wrong with watching a movie, a TV show, watching your favorite content creator. There's nothing wrong with that. Enjoying a drink, a night out with your friends. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. The problem is you don't know how to just stop at that one thing, okay? You don't know how to just do one happy hour. You got to go to happy hour all week. You don't know how to just stay on social media for 10 or 15 minutes, maybe even 30. You want to be on there for hours. You don't know how to just watch one movie. You got to watch movies back to back to back. You got to watch the whole sequel, okay? That's the problem. That's the problem. At that point, that is escapism. And listen, I used to escape, okay? I am not Hail Mary. Because there were things about my life that I was not 1000% happy with. And like I said, instead of me being a grown woman and fixing it, I took the easy route and I ran from it. And running from it is only temporary because you can't run from it literally all day and night. At some point, you still have to sit with yourself. At some point, you are going to have to sit with the silence. You are going to have to sit with it and feel it because you can't run from it forever. At some point, you got to face yourself. You got to face yourself. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what the hell are you doing with your life? Because you only get one. I had so many things in my life once upon a time that I was so unhappy with. I hated my 9-to-5, y'all. Oh my God. And I think part of the reason why it was so hard for me to leave back then was one, I didn't have any self-respect. Okay, this was not the ascended version of me back then. I didn't know what I knew now. Okay, I was 23 when I started that job. I'm 35 now. So just know, I'm nothing like who I used to be. I've, gotten older. I've seen things more clearly. But just understand the mindset of a 23-year-old back then, before COVID, before inflation. I just really wanted to be quote unquote successful, but my level of success wasn't what I measured as success. It was what I was taught to measure as success, what society measures as success, having a good job. Having a good job with benefits and stability. One of those jobs where people don't ever get fired, they don't do layoffs, right? Because I worked in the hospital field, the patient care field. So those jobs, as we know, are very stable because people are going to always get sick, right? So they're stable. They ain't laying off, right? They're not firing for real. They just want you to show up and do your job, and they will pretty much make sure you always have a job. And on top of that, I was making 60,000 a year. That was a lot at 23. I didn't have any kids. That's more money than I had ever made. And so I had all these things, Facebook was around back then. Yes, Instagram, I think, was just starting to take place. And I would see people posting. This was back in 2015-ish, 2015, 2016 era. And so I would see people posting, especially on Facebook. These are people that I actually knew, like went to high school with, went to college with, talking about how hard it was to find a job after graduating college. And so here I am, 23 years old. I had only been looking for a job for like 6 months after graduation, and I got this great full-time job with benefits and Monday to Friday. That was success in my mind. That's the job that people would die to have, right? That was my thinking back then, okay? And so because of that, I stayed. But again, I wasn't staying for me. I was staying for the idea, the status quo. And I was miserable. I was so miserable. And instead of spending time trying to fix what I didn't like about my life back then, I ran from it. I ran from it full throttle. I was drinking all the time, every day. I was overeating. At my heaviest, I was 340 pounds. Yes, I'm 6'3". I was a very big girl. Okay. I would binge watch movies and TV shows on the weekend. My weekend wasn't lit. Okay. I wasn't doing all these amazing things. I was escaping from a life I wasn't happy with. And I lived like that for 6 years. But in my mind, I'm being a grown woman. I'm handling mine, right? I'm paying my bills. I'm doing the best I can. No, I was running away from what I didn't like, which was that job. And I didn't like that job because I didn't like management. I was the youngest one there. I worked with all women. It was a lot of cattiness. I had made quote unquote friends with people, and again, I was 23, so I didn't know no better. I thought people at work were your friends. They're not. I learned the hard way. I walked right into the trap. And so I was on the most hated list at that job. I was miserable. I hated it. Every day I felt like they were going to fire me. I was living above my means. So, I'm paycheck to paycheck, trying to maintain this quote unquote image of a great life, all with the status quo. The crap that we do, especially as Americans, we do it. And that's what I was doing. And I was so miserable because I wasn't happy there. I didn't even like what I was doing there. I don't even know why I got a degree. Like, I was so miserable, y'all. I was so miserable. And trust me, I used to drink to cope with how unhappy I was, And I had talked to family and friends about quitting or maybe, going into business for myself. Like, all of these ideas of becoming an entrepreneur were slowly starting to take over my head. This was probably like year 2 of being at that job because I was there for 6 years. And I remember I was telling my friends and telling my family, like, yeah, I think I'm going to start a business. I didn't know what kind of business I was going to start. All I knew was, one, I didn't like being told what to do. Okay, I ain't with all that. Okay. And then number 2, I don't like how broke I am. And even if I was living below my means, I still wouldn't be able to afford to do the things that I want to do, which is travel. And not just travel for a weekend, not just travel for 1 week. No, when I'm gone, I'm gone. I don't know when I'm coming back. I'm getting a one-flight ticket, a one-way ticket, right? That's when I think travel, that's the type of time I'm on. And I know that was never going to take place at that job. It wasn't going to happen. It was not going to happen. So I had to figure out something else. And I landed on entrepreneurship. And I just didn't know what I wanted to do. But, I was telling my friends and family, and people weren't really with it. They would say things like, why do you want to leave that job? They're giving you benefits. They're going to match your 401k. Your health insurance is $25 a paycheck. That's nothing. And you get all this coverage. but I'm not happy. Those were literally the responses. But I had to recognize, and I didn't realize this till later, I was asking people who weren't where I'm trying to go. I'm gonna say it again. I was asking people who were not where I was trying to go. The people I was asking were not entrepreneurs. The people that I was asking, they're good with making the money they make. And there's no shade, that's fine. So to them, they don't see the problem. They're not understanding why I'm not happy at this job. But I was, and I was unhappy at that job for a very long time, just trying to escape. Ladies, we have got to lock in. The time that you are spending on social media is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. At least back then, I don't think I was ever on YouTube for real. Like watching YouTube, I don't think I was ever on YouTube. I think I spent more time on Facebook. Twitch and Kick was not a thing back then. Instagram, I believe, was just starting to kind of sprout. So I was spending more time scrolling on Facebook. And again, Facebook, these were people that I knew, okay? And I'm looking at everybody else's life. Oh, so-and-so just bought a house. Oh, so-and-so just got married. Oh, so-and-so just had their second kid, right? And so then I'm battling with what Jasmine wants to do versus what everybody else is doing. Everybody else loves their job. Everybody else they're starting families, right? And then here I am, I hate my job. I want to be an entrepreneur, right? I was escaping who I really was. And I was trying to run away from the fact that I'm not like everybody else. And instead of sitting with that and embracing it, I was running from it. Instead of embracing the fact that I want to do something different, I'm going to, explore these business ideas and be proud of it, I'm hiding from it because I'm not like everybody else. That's a problem. We have got to lock in and stop trying to escape it. Stop sitting on social media for hours. There's no reason why you should be on social media for hours. I don't give a damn what you're doing. If you're not posting and uploading or hosting a live or commenting or you're on the comments in your videos or whatever, then why are you on social media for hours? Make it make sense, please, because I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding, especially if you are not 1,000% happy with your life. It doesn't make sense. Why are you spending your entire weekend watching movies? What are you doing? Do not sit here and say that you don't have time to work on your goals when you are all caught up with Potomac Housewives. You know everything that took place this season. Make it make sense, but you're not happy with your life and the direction it's going in. I'm trying to understand, how is it that you are able to sit on the phone and talk to your friends about nothing when the business still isn't being done? Your product is still not ready. We've got to stop trying to escape, because that's not doing anything for you. It is just wasting your time. And mind you, time is of the essence, because time you do not get back. Ladies, I don't know if you know this or not, or if it's been brought to your attention, but we are getting older. You are not getting younger. And time is moving fast, quickly, swiftly. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say, wow, I cannot believe it's such and such time? It's 5:41 a.m. at the time of me recording this video. Wow, I cannot believe it is 2026. Wow, I cannot believe I am 35 years old, or whatever age you are, insert there. Because I have reflections of that all day. Every time I look at the clock, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. It feels like just a few minutes ago. So you already know, because I already know you do the same thing. I think we all do. And so you see for yourself how fast time is moving. And yet you still make the conscious decision to waste it. Time is your most valuable asset. Why? Some people think it's money. Some people think money is the most valuable thing. No, it's not. I used to think that too. But it is not money. It is time. Because you'll never get it back. You can always make more money. But you cannot get your time back. Once you waste it, it is gone forever. We have got to stop trying to escape. And we have to just start locking in and fixing what is wrong. Stop trying to run from it because you can't. Because once the TV series is ended, once you get off of the phone, once you sober up from your drink or whatever you got going on, once it finishes, the problem that you have is still there. It didn't go anywhere. It is still right there waiting for you to fix it. It's sitting there waiting for you to fix it. And I had to get real with myself back then. I had to say, Jazz, look, girl, we hate it here. We know we do. I know damn well I'm not trying to retire here. I was in a department where people retired. Like, I told y'all I was the youngest one. My supervisor, she was like 60, 65 at the time. She had been there for 40 years. She was literally about to retire. People retired there. Like, once people got hired, they never fired anyone. People would quit because they might have moved or, just found a better position somewhere else. But people stayed there. And it was a very small department, too. I think it was a total of like 20 of us in there. So I had to get real. I was like, look, I'm not happy, like, at all. And I need to fix it. And so that's what I started doing. I stopped trying to run away and I started fixing it. A lot of times we struggle with quote unquote fixing it because you claim you don't really know where to start. You claim you're lost, but honestly, you're just undisciplined. There is no structure to your day whatsoever outside of the hours that you got to be at work. And for those of you guys who have kids, the time in which you have to pick your kids up from daycare. After that, there's no more structure. Structure is out the door. There's no, from this time to this time, I'm going to do this. From this time to this time, I'm going to do that. From this time to this time, I'm going to cook healthy foods. From this time to this time, I'm going to get my steps in. There's none of that. You are literally just floating with the wind. Wherever the wind takes you, that's what you're going to do. And that's the problem. That's the problem. There's no structure. There's no organization. It's just chaos. And the reason why there's chaos in your external life is because you got chaos going on in here. You don't know which route you want to take. You're torn between what you're doing right now versus what you want to do. And it's just chaotic. You're not putting one foot in front of the other and actually getting it done. We got to get organized. Why do you not have a schedule about your life? Even on the days that you have off. Why is there not a schedule in place? Yeah, you might have the weekends off, so technically you don't have to get up early, but maybe you should still get up early because now the hours that you would be spending getting ready for work, you can work on something for you. Why are you sleeping in until 12 and 1 o'clock in the afternoon? If you had just went to bed on time, Friday, you would be up and ready to start your day on Saturday. But no. You got to stay up all night because it's Friday night and that's what we're supposed to do. No, what we're supposed to be doing is fixing our life. There's no structure. It's just whatever you want to do. There's no alarm on when you're getting up. You're just going to get up when you freaking feel like it. Look. Trying to make sure my mic isn't muting. Sorry, y'all. Look, at the end of the day, I need you to add some structure to your life. We've got to become more consistent. We've got to become more disciplined. We got to start saying no to things that don't align with the direction we're trying to go. Because when you say yes to happy hour, you're saying no to your goals. When you say yes to watching movies all night, you say no to your goals. When you say yes to sitting on the phone and gossiping with your friends, you're saying no to your goals. And mind you, you're going to have the same problems when the activity is over. Ladies, your problems don't fix themselves. You have to fix it. And most of the time, at least in my life, all the problems I had, they just got worse. Everything always got worse until I fixed it and made it better. For instance, like I used to struggle with alcohol. That habit just got worse. I wasn't just, once I quit my job, now I don't have to drink anymore because I hated it and now it's over. No, it just got worse. It literally just got worse because now I have more time to drink. Now I have more money to spend to drink. It just got worse. Now, instead of me drinking at home, I'm sitting at the bar at the restaurant. It just got worse. It got worse and worse and worse until I had to decide, you know what, I'm going to fix this. I'm not going to keep running. I'm going to figure out, why do I feel the need to drink? What am I trying to escape? And then I'm going to figure it, and then I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. You got to fix it. And I tell y'all this too, for those of y'all who are not new to my content and you are a consistent listener, I'm happy you're here. Thank you for supporting the channel. But in all honesty, unless you got me in your ear while you're doing your steps or you cooking, I would much rather you work on your goals than watch me. Because all you're going to do is say, well, I don't have time to start my business. Yeah, but my videos be like 30 minutes. My lives are like 2.5 hours. So if you got time to do that, I'm not understanding why you don't have 30 minutes to work on your business. It's not making sense to me. I am so lost right now. Okay. We got to fix it, ladies. I don't know you. But let me ask you, and I'm being real here, so please be honest. Don't ever forget this too. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Are you 1,000% happy with the direction your life is going in? Are you 1,000% happy with your career? Are you 1,000% happy with your income? Are you 1,000% happy with your weight, your fitness levels? Are you 1,000% happy with your content or lack thereof? Maybe you've wanted to be a content creator, but you still haven't done it yet. Are you 1,000% happy in your relationship, your marriage? Are you 1,000% happy with your living, your house, your apartment? Are you 1,000% happy with your car? Do you have a car? Is it a lemon, right? Do you want to upgrade cars in the future? Do you want to pay your car off? Whatever it is, the question is, are you 1,000% happy with it? Because if the answer is no, then that is all the motivation you need. That should be motivation enough. Listen, I'm going to be real with you. I have always been an ambitious person. I've always been a go-getter. I've always been a hustler. Like, go, 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 go. Like, no, we're not going to sit around and be broke. Like, absolutely not. Like, I've always been that way. Even before I was an entrepreneur, I've just always been that way. And I'm going to be honest, it is so hard for me to understand how people can be broke and be cool with being broke. Like, and when I say cool with being broke, they know they're struggling financially and they're just like chilling. Like, it's just, they still just floating through the day. Like, oh, what am I going to get into today? I don't understand that. Because if you're not happy, see, if you're happy, then there's nothing to talk about. You're happy with that. But if you're not happy with that, then why are you not doing something about it? I don't understand that, which is why I said if you are not 1000% happy, because if you're happy with something or content with something, there is no motivation to change because you're cool right where you are. You're chilling, and that's fine. Nobody can tell you what's right or wrong for your life. But I am going to assume that if you watch my content, you're not 1000% happy. There's something that you know you want to change, that you know needs to change. That's not new to you. So why is that not motivation enough to get up and fix it? Because you're cool with just distracting. You're cool with that because that's all you know. That's all you know. Because that's what you've been doing for a really long time. Nothing changes in your comfort zone. Nothing for you is going to change in your comfort zone. Life is going to always require you to get out of that comfort zone and go to the next level in order to get something that you claim you really want. So the longer you want to sit and throw pity parties for yourself, maybe that's something that you do. I used to do that a lot too. You're just prone to just, woe is me. Life keeps happening to me. There's nothing I can do. The people at my job just hate me. They're out to get me. That's what you're used to. Stepping outside of that comfort zone would be requiring you to realize you're not stuck there. There is a way out. And in order to get that way out, it's going to require you to get out of that comfort zone. Some people are not ready for that. Because they'd rather get their dose of motivation from Instagram. They'd rather listen to somebody talk about how to stay consistent than to just actually do the thing that makes you consistent, which is do it, which is execute. Sometimes you get trapped in just watching from the sidelines. I shouldn't use the word trap because you're not trapped, but you get used to watching from the sidelines. You get used to living vicariously through others instead of you just creating that life for yourself. Because creating that life for yourself, whatever it is, would require you to actually execute the steps. But you don't want to do that because if you execute the steps that would get you out of the pain that you're in, you wouldn't be in pain anymore. It's like someone stabs you and instead of you, no, maybe that's not a good example. I'm trying to think. It's kind of like, yeah, like someone stabs you and you keep twisting the knife. And what I mean by that is you're already hurting. There's something that you're not happy with, right? And you just keep making it worse. Because you would rather distract yourself than fix it. Meanwhile, if you just let go of the distractions and fixed it, you wouldn't be hurting anymore. You would be happy. So it's like you're torturing yourself. Like that's really how I see it. Maybe that's not the best analogy. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you got something better. But I hope I explained that right. Like that's literally what it is. Because you're trying to hold on to something that you're not happy with, instead of just letting it go and going to get what would truly make you happy. So, for instance, my job, back to the job example, and hating my 9 to 5. I was so in that mindset of, oh, I'm trapped and woe is me and I never get out of it. And I'm just going to live like this until the day I die, right? And I had that mindset, failing to realize, like, I can just put in the steps and start a business and follow through with it. Like, I had a lot of great business ideas. I was a realtor. I was selling clothes. Like, I went back to school to try to get my certificate for cybersecurity because I wanted to open up like a cybersecurity firm or some shit. Like, I was just like thinking of what can I do to ultimately have my own business. But the problem with all of my ideas, well, the ideas itself was great, but I wasn't consistent with it because consistency would require me to lock in and do it. And so I would just come up with a new idea, thinking that the new idea would be a better idea and I would get the results that I want. But I wasn't getting the results that I wanted because I didn't know how to stay consistent with it. When things got hard, I just ran to a new idea. And so I was just repeating step 1. I never made it to step 2, which was actually building the business, because that was too hard. Because in order to actually build the business, so to get it out of idea phase into execution phase, that means I would have had to let a distraction go to have the time to do that. But I didn't want to. Because now I can't drink every day. Why would I want to do that? Now I can't watch all my favorite movies this weekend. So why would I want to do that? You get what I'm saying? And so after I sobered up, or after the movie was over, I'm right back to my regular scheduled programming of hating life, and I'm just trapped, and it's always going to be like this, and there's nothing I can do. I can't make this up, because there was no structure. If you want to become consistent with whatever goal you have, you're going to have structure to your life. There's just going to have to be structure. Just like you got to go to work at whatever time, and you know that if you're late, they're going to write you up. You have to have that same energy with your business. You have to have that same energy with your weight loss. Like, whatever it is you're trying to do, you have to have that same exact energy. No ifs, ands, or buts. You got to just make it mandatory that you're going to show up. And that's just what it's going to be. Because if you don't approach it like that, you are still going to distract yourself. You're still going to make excuses. And you're going to continue to just watch from the sidelines and waste time that you never get back. I can't make this up. Something's got to change. Something has got to change. Okay? We're going to end the video here. I am going to get on TikTok live in about 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you enjoying these videos? Are you watching till the end? Please let your girl know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.